Christmas, the snow's coming down. Christmas is upon us. It's coming. Do you know what? I've been saying this since September. I'm like, you know what? It might be September, but Christmases are coming and we need to be prepared because before you know it, it'll be here and you'll be scrambling and you'll be like, I haven't got my Christmas presents. Anyway, moving on. Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. The first of many in the Christmas season. I'm definitely going to be upping the frequency. Not so much a daily thing because I do still work a normal job and it'll be pretty hard, and I'm not a vlogger, but I'm definitely going to be putting up a lot more videos this month. I'm thinking every other day, we'll see. But yeah, you're in for a treat. So today's video is going to be my tips for your first night out, and I felt like this month was the perfect time to do it because Christmas season, I don't know about you, but for me there's a lot of events, there's a lot of parties, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you always have your first eventually. But I feel like my first night out, I think I made the experience pretty good, pretty enjoyable, pretty safe for myself. I definitely have a few things that I know that I did to make it as good an experience as possible, and I want to pass those on to you. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and press the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I upload, which is gonna be a lot. You're in for a treat. Have I said that? I think I have. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it. I think the biggest thing for me was feeling safe when I went out. That was something that was really important for me. I grew up in Bradford, West Yorkshire. Bradford it didn't have the best reputation at the time. It's somewhat better now, but it's not like perfect. But yeah, it was definitely at the forefront of my mind. So my first tip is to have a safety friend. That is the one friend. I had the one friend, Katie Stevenson. I still love you. Katie was my safety friend. She didn't know this. I don't think it was an overt thing that I told her, but I felt safe and secure if Katie was out because I knew that she wasn't going to leave me in the middle of the night. She wasn't going to leave me for a guy. We would always stick together. We would always make sure each other got home. I didn't have to worry about her leaving me. So the first thing that I would definitely, if there is anything else that you take away from this, make sure you have a safety friend, someone that you can rely on every single time you go out, who you know will have your back and will not leave you stranded alone in the club. The second thing is to keep your own cash. I know what it's like when I used to go out, when I first started going out when I was 18. Yes, I did start going out when I was 18. I went to the pub earlier. A lot of people think I was a crazy person. I really wasn't. If you saw me walking through town at night on a Friday night, it's because I was on my way home from church. Quite the opposite. Anyway, so my second tip is when I first started going out at 18, we would all chip in for the taxi because we wanted to save as much money so that we could buy drinks when we were out and get a takeaway at the end of the night, as you do. However, sometimes you do have those occurrences where you end up having to get yourself home, and the worst thing possible would be you saving £5 even though the taxi is £10 because you're relying on somebody else to get the taxi home with you and then it falls through. Especially for me and my friends, we would always party the town over, so it was always quite a while. Walking wasn't realistic. So make sure you always have backup cash. Keep it in your bra, keep it somewhere. If you lose your bag, you want to make sure that you are covered no matter what. So keep your own cash. My third tip is to test out your shoes. If you are anything like me, I am ambitious. I hate small heels. I hate kitten heels. I just don't understand the relevance. If it's a heel, it's a heel. Like, if it's a heel, it's going to be a big one, it's going to be a sexy one, and I'm going to look good in it. There is no way I'm wearing a tiny, pathetic heel. I'm sorry, I feel very strongly about this. Give me 5 years, once I'm 30, I'll probably feel very differently. But yeah, I prefer big heels. As a result, you need to make sure you test them out. My biggest mistake was going and buying these huge heels, which if I can find a picture, I'll put it somewhere. I'm not sure, it was from a while ago. Buying these huge heels and huge stiletto heels and not testing them out and then expecting to last the whole night in them. Yeah. yeah, test them out. My fourth tip is in support of that. So if you're a girl, you are wearing heels, it is great. I would definitely recommend getting some safety flats. So I bought these. They're a bit chunkier than the ones I had when I was 18, if I'm honest. But safety flats are basically a pair of fold-away flats. They are not attractive, they're not pretty, but when it comes to the point in the night where your feet are aching, everybody's had a few drinks, nobody cares what's on your feet. But the worst thing you could do is walk around barefoot. Please don't do that. So I would carry safety flats in my bag. They're literally just some plain black flats. There is nothing fancy about them, but it just means that in the night when my feet get tired, I can change my shoes over with ease and not have to worry about walking around barefoot or falling over because my feet are tired. And the good thing is they're pretty small and compact. The ones that I had, as I say, were a lot smaller. These ones are a bit chunkier, but you can still just pop them into your clutch and, oh, let me put that away. And there you go. I don't have to carry around an extra pair of shoes. I've just got my clutch as normal with all my normal stuff in there. And the only thing I have to do, as I would have to do regardless, is carry around my heels when I take them off. But hopefully that's quite towards the end of the night and you won't be carrying them around for very long. I bought those off of Amazon for like £8–9. I'm sure you could get some cheaper. I think the ones that I got when I was younger were from New Look, but I don't think they do them anymore. But have a search around. They're not expensive because they ain't pretty. They're just practical. My next tip following the dress theme is to dress for the occasion. I don't understand how it's winter and people are out in the shortest skirts and crop top, and I'm like, I get it, but are you cold? Like, it's just cold. It's just cold. Like, I'm just thinking practically. Winter for me is the time of the play suit. It's the time of the midi skirt and the nice top. Like, there is always a way to style it out. But yeah, dress for the occasion. Don't feel like you always have to get it all out. Play around. Experiment. You know? Be young and free and wild. Why not? But stay warm. No hypothermia for you, my friend. My next tip is pretty basic. Bring your touch-up tools, makeup wise. Bring something to powder with, bring something to blot with, bring your lipstick, bring like a blending brush, chuck them in your bag. There are times when I forget them and then halfway through the night I've been dancing and going crazy and my face is interesting when I go to the toilet and I regret it. So just bring touch-up tools. You will thank me later. And my last tip is just to simply feel it out. Give yourself some time. When I first went out, when I went on my first major night out, I didn't feel pressure to have loads of shots and have loads of drinks and go crazy. I wanted to see how I felt about certain places, see how I felt about certain groups of people, and find out what I was comfortable with. Just because it is your night out and there is this stigma or this idea of going out where you have to get wasted, like, don't feel like you have to conform to that. Give yourself the time, go out, enjoy yourself. There is no reason why you can't enjoy yourself but not roll around in your own sick and kiss every guy that you lay your eyes on. Like, it is possible to have a good night out and not regret it the next day, is my point. And that is the biggest lesson that I learned very, very quickly. There was no reason why I had to be that person, and I passed that same advice on to you. More than anything, it's just important to enjoy yourself. Like, it's gonna take time to figure out what you are comfortable with and what you enjoy, but this is a time to just relax, let loose, enjoy, especially if you get a break from school or uni or work or whatever. Enjoy. If it is your first night out, amen, go for it. I hope you have the best time. Stay safe, do what you can, do what you feel comfortable with, stand your ground. I know sometimes when I say a lot of these things it sounds scary and stuff, and it's not, but you have to be prepared for anything in life, and I hope that these tips will help you. I hope you have a great day. Let me know if any of these tips help you out, and I will see you in the next video, which will be the day after tomorrow. Bye!